This video is about 10 natural ways to alleviate depression and anxiety. This is a topic I have been researching for more than 2 decades, and I hope this information helps somebody. First things first is exercise. If you are feeling depressed or you're dealing with anxiety, you need to move your body more. If you're dealing with this and it's pretty heavy stuff, you need to start exercising daily, because exercise is what helps your body and your brain build the feel-good chemicals that you need to get out of this depression and alleviate this anxiety. And I'm not saying you have to go run a marathon. Even if you just get up off the couch and dance a little bit, or even just stretch, do a little bit of yoga, warrior pose, I don't care if it's even child's pose, just like practically laying on a mat, just doing a little bit of stretching, it's going to be better than nothing. Okay, number 2, go for a walk. Get outside. Get in nature. Get some fresh air and some sunshine. You will feel so much better if you can surround yourself with some trees and some flowers and some grass. Just go to a park, go for a walk around the block. If you can go to a nature trail or go for a walk by a river or the beach, that would really change everything for you. You really need sunshine and fresh air to feel your best. Number 3, nutrition and hydration. You have to eat properly. You have to feed yourself what you need in order to feel good. If you're not eating any fruits and vegetables and you're just eating a bunch of processed foods, you're going to feel like crap. Also, drinking enough water and staying properly hydrated lowers stress hormones in the brain. You need to eat properly and you need to drink water. The fun fact, avocados and bananas both are known to help elevate mood and help your brain produce the feel-good chemicals it needs. So I eat bananas every day and I eat avocados almost every day. And that's something that's helped me tremendously. I make sure I'm getting fruits and vegetables in my diet every day. And because of this, I feel a lot better. I feel so much better when I'm doing this versus eating processed packaged food or fast food. I've read a lot of books on brain health and wellness. And it turns out that if you're really angry and frustrated all the time, you're probably deficient in folic acid. So the next thing I'd like to recommend is taking a supplement. I know that you probably think prenatal supplements are only for pregnant women, but anybody can take them. Guys can take them too. And they're loaded with folate or folic acid, which helps your brain deal with stress, helps lower depression and lower anxiety. If you're giving your body everything it needs to be healthy and to rebuild itself and to heal itself and fuel itself, you're going to feel better. You can buy prenatal supplements for not even a whole lot of money. I mean, they're very affordable. And you should be taking some sort of supplement every day so that you're not deficient in the things your body needs in order to feel good. I live in Washington State and we don't get a lot of sunshine here, so I also take a vitamin D supplement every day. And getting a lot of vitamin D helps elevate my mood, and it's also really good for my immune system. I don't get sick as often, and when I do get sick, my body fights off any little cold or bug that I have super fast. I've been so healthy ever since I've been taking vitamin D supplements. I'd love to recommend this to everybody. For the mood properties, for helping to fight depression and anxiety, and just, for life in general, everybody should be taking a vitamin D supplement along with a daily multivitamin. Alright, some people aren't going to like this next one, but if you're depressed or dealing with anxiety, you need to cut back on caffeine and alcohol. I know, it's hard, it really is. But, if you're pumping yourself full of caffeine, it's not going to help your anxiety or depression. It actually suppresses blood flow to the brain. You don't need that. Your brain doesn't need that. You need to be giving your health, your brain, your body, everything it needs to be as perfect, as optimal as it can possibly be. So you're going to have to cut back on caffeine. I'm not saying you have to cut it out entirely, just, significantly cut back. Also, alcohol, if you're drinking and you're depressed, it's just a depressant, and it'll temporarily elevate your mood, but honestly, it's really bad for depression, and it is also really bad for insomnia. You'll end up sometimes awake at like 2 in the morning after you've really gotten a nice buzz on the night before, you fall asleep drunk, the alcohol wears off, the sugar's still in your system at 2 in the morning. If you find yourself after that up at 2 or 3 in the morning, that's not good for you either. So yeah, cut back on the caffeine and the alcohol, because sleep is your friend. Health and wellness is really what you need right now if you're dealing with depression and anxiety. You don't need caffeine and alcohol. I know it's a temporary band-aid that you've put on to try to help deal with the depression and try to get past what you're doing right now, but it's not going to serve you long term. So if you're really heavy into the coffee habit right now, and if this is sounding like a lot to deal with, something you can do instead is drink herbal tea. This right here has 70 milligrams of caffeine compared to the average 90 milligrams of caffeine that's in an 8-ounce cup of coffee. So it's a little bit less caffeine, still very caffeinated for a tea if you ask me, but this one also contains a lot of feel-good ingredients like ashwagandha, that's going to help deal with depression and anxiety and elevate your mood naturally, and yerba mate, ginseng, yeah, a bunch of stuff that's going to help you feel good while it gives you that little caffeine buzz too. So yeah, this is a really good one if you're looking for a switch to cut out some of the caffeine from your daily regimen. This is a really good way to cut back on the caffeine and give your body a lot of the stuff that's going to help it deal with depression and anxiety. If you're not really worried about cutting back on caffeine, but you're still interested in an herbal tea that's going to help really alleviate depression and anxiety, chamomile. Chamomile actually has a lot of stuff in it that's really good for building the feel-good chemicals in your brain. It also helps with focus, it helps with feeling calm, it helps with brain function in general. So this one right here, Calm Chamomile, has chamomile and a bunch of other stuff in it. I've been drinking this one for a long time now. I like it with a little bit of almond milk and honey personally, and it's a really good one that doesn't have any caffeine in it that's going to help with depression and anxiety. So, truth be told, I think I've been doing more research on meditation over the years than I've actually spent meditating. I've written several research papers on meditation, and I've done a lot of deep dive into the scientific data on meditation and how it actually affects the brain waves when you're hooked up to a monitor and you can see how the brain waves are actually functioning during normal thought versus meditation. It's really cool, the scientific research that's out there and the data that's out there on meditation. I wish I could say I've spent as much time meditating as I have spent researching it. But transcendental meditation is actually really easy to practice. All it is you find one word that works for you. Some people will use the word one, because you're focused on one thing when you're using the word one. Another one that I've always liked is Om. It's O-A-M. Om. The O stands for everything that's ever been. The A stands for everything that is, and the M is everything that's ever going to be. And when you're focused on Om, it's very centering. Kind of puts things in perspective, I think. That's why I like that one a lot. You can also just use the word peace. Peace. Now, you don't have to chant these things out loud. When you're doing transcendental meditation, transcendental meditation, I write a lot more than I talk. This whole YouTube video thing's definitely been interesting for me because I'm actually talking out loud about these things that I've written about for so long. But transcendental meditation, it's just all about sitting still, clearing your mind, and focusing on that one word. And let's say you're sitting there focusing on Om, or peace, or one, or whatever the word is that works for you. And then you're sitting there and another thought creeps into your head. You just acknowledge that another thought's creeped into your head. You let it go. And you bring your focus back to that one word. Om. Om. And by doing that, you're actually changing the brain waves in your noggin. It's amazing how it actually really positively corrects some of the frantic brain waves that you can have going on in your head. And this will really help bring you to a sense of centered well-being and peace and happiness. I know it's promising a lot, but if you try it and you practice it for a little bit, you might end up finding it works for you. Along the same vein as meditation is affirmations. I have been using affirmations for a very, very long time. When I'm in a stressful situation, I say something like cool, calm, collected, serene. And I use a nice little set of affirmations like that. I don't have to say them out loud. I'm just kind of thinking them to myself. Cool, calm, collected, serene. When I'm dealing with stressful situations. And it really brings my blood pressure down, brings my heart rate down, gives me a less shaky feeling and a more sense of calm so that I can deal with those situations better. You can make up whatever affirmations you want. Like, I am one amazing, you have so got this covered. I mean, whatever you want your affirmations to be. It's whatever's going to make you feel good, whatever's going to make you feel empowered, whatever's going to make you feel calm, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Write down some of these affirmations. Put them on a sticky note and put them on your mirror. Or, put them in your wallet. Put them somewhere where you can look at them from time to time. If you're stuck at the DMV, thank God I don't have to do that anymore. Or you are in line at the grocery store, or you are getting ready in the morning and you're brushing your teeth. You can put them somewhere where you can see them every day. And these affirmations are going to help bolster your sense of well-being. They're going to help center you and make you feel less stressed out and less depressed and less anxious. It's worked a lot for me. I definitely highly recommend trying it at least. One of the simplest things that you can do if you're dealing with anxiety and depression is phone a friend. Call your best friend. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Message somebody you haven't spoken to in a while. Call your mom. Call your dad. I'm sorry if you don't have your mom or dad anymore. I feel for you. But, call somebody. And just talk to somebody for a while. Go visit somebody. Get out if you can. Go see somebody. Because talking to somebody else will really just make you feel better. You don't necessarily have to talk about the depression or anxiety, but you can. Or you can just talk to them about whatever. My sister and I, when we start talking, we just get on and we start laughing about every little thing. And it really makes you feel better. And it really makes you stop thinking about things that are depressing and start thinking about things that matter, like love and life and friendship. So I guess recent studies have shown that social media isn't good for anxiety and depression. I can imagine that screen time in general is bad for depression and anxiety, but I know a lot of people are doing like social media cleanses where they get off of Facebook and Instagram for a set amount of time and they find that that really helps their overall sense of well-being. I personally haven't done that, but if I was really in the thralls of depression and anxiety, it would probably help to cut that out entirely for a little while. It's been shown that Instagram and Facebook don't really lead to a happier life. Alright, number 10. Listen to music. Okay, don't listen to emo or Papa Roach, but find some music that makes you feel good. For me, I think it's like the Black Eyed Peas, Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night was one I used to use a lot. There's some other songs that I like that just really make me feel pepped up. They make you feel happy. Whatever makes you feel good. Put on some music that you know you love that's going to make you feel good, and maybe get up, dance, move around. Well, I hope some of this has helped you. I hope you're willing to at least try, because if you don't at least exercise and give yourself the nutrition that you need, yeah, maybe it's not going to solve everything, but if you don't at least try that, you're not going to give yourself a fighting chance. I know, it's heavy, it's hard, but what you do can make it easier. I hope you at least try. Alright, I wish you all the best.